So welcome, dear watcher of this video. I'm recording this video on the special day of the 3rd of March 2026, but the content will be eternal. And I will read from one very special book, it's the Caitanya Charitamrita, and I will select the most important verses from this place, from this scripture, some of the most important verses. So if you saw my video, God versus old man and a young youthful boy, then you know already. If you was not seeing this video, please watch it. It's on the first page of my channel. If it's not there, please look for it. There, I'm making a point. The point is that actually everything is within the Lord, and the Lord is within everything. You cannot limit God. If you say God cannot appear in this world, then you limit God. Why he cannot appear in this world as a person? There was a point in the leela of Sri Krishna where he is eating some earth, and Mother Yashoda is looking inside of his mouth, and she sees all the universes and herself standing on the earth, looking inside of the mouth of the Lord, and seeing again all the universes, and seeing herself standing in Vrindavan, looking inside of the mouth if the Lord was eating some dirt, some earth. Oh, like a mother, she is worried. It's maybe dangerous to eat earth, but she's in illusion that her son is a normal person. It's a leela because the Lord enjoys. Lord don't has father and mother, but he enjoys to give a very advanced soul the possibility to be his mother, because he don't want to always be the controller. He also wants to be controlled, and therefore he accepts a father and mother. So this all is called leela. And in this moment, Mother Yashoda getting confused. Is maybe her son a special person? We all only know the dimension of God as a father, but a father is a supplier. Why the Lord cannot be somebody who is a child? Because a child, you give something. You give a child protection. You give a child affection. So this is much more enjoyable than this gimme, 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 gimme our daily bread, gimme this, gimme that. This kind of relationship, as God is the Ishvara, the enjoyer, is not so enjoyable. So let me now start to read some selected verses from the Caitanya Charitamrita. I have here a very old book. Vande Sri Krishna Caitanya. Caitanya means spiritual life force. It's a life force which not ends with the material body. It's an eternal life force. Nityananda Sohodito, Gauda Dea Pushpan Vatau, Chitrao Sandau Tamonudo. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Krishna. Krishna means the all-attractive one. Chaitanya means spiritual life force, eternal spiritual life force, and Lord Nityananda. Nitya means eternal and Ananda means happiness, who are like the sun and the moon. They have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of Gauda to dissipate the darkness of ignorance, and thus wonderfully bestow benediction upon all. When the Upanishads describe the impersonal Brahman is but the effulgence, what the Upanishads describe as the impersonal Brahman is but the effulgence of his body, and the Lord known as the Supersoul is but his located planetary portion. Lord Chaitanya is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself, full with 6 opulences. He is the absolute truth, and no other truth is greater than or equal to him. So the 6 opulences is he's unlimited rich, he possesses everything, all the planets, all the universes, the material and the spiritual. He is the most strong. He holds everything. He can move everything as he desires. He's the most beautiful. He's the most enchanting. All his beauty is what you see in this world or in somebody is just a friction of him, of his beauty. Why God should be an old man with a beard? No, he is all attractive, Krishna. He is all powerful. He can control everything and everyone. He is most famous. You know, even an atheist, when something goes bad, he says, oh shit, God, this was falling to the floor, now it's broken. Even atheist says God. God, the idea is there. So normally when we have an idea of something, then this something exists somewhere. God is existing in all cultures. Maybe there are different angles of a God. You know, somebody, we have this example of the elephant. Somebody has the ear of the elephant. It says God is like a carpet. Somebody has the leg of the elephant. It says, no, God is like a tree. So in this way, there are different kinds of conceptions of what is God. But God is always the whole elephant. And this is what is said here, that his body, what the Upanishads describe as the impersonal Brahman is but the effulgence of his body. So the light, the sun, receives its light from the Brahma Jyoti, which is the light which is emanating from the spiritual world. And at the end, this light from the spiritual world is emanating from his body of the Supreme Person. And the Lord, known as the Supersoul, is only, but his localized planetary portion. I mean, the Supersoul, he's expanding himself in all the hearts of all living beings. And he is your friend. He is living inside of your heart and is guiding you already since millions and billions of lifetimes. And this Lord Chaitanya, who was appearing 500 years ago, is this person, is this Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Lord Chaitanya, at the moment when I'm speaking, he is not so famous because after he was there, the whole universe was getting rid and all souls went back to Godhead because there was some person who was more powerful saying, please Lord, deliver all the souls which are in this universe at the moment. So for the Lord is not very significant. One universe, there is so much universes like atoms are flying out of the window. You are sitting now in a room, you see the window, there's so much, universes. If one universe goes empty, no problem. So it was empty out and immediately new souls who want to play God, who want to enjoy God was coming inside of the universe. No problem for him. So, but this Lord Chaitanya, his Supreme Personality of Godhead, was coming as a Jhana avatar. You know, maybe this word avatar from the movie Avatar. Somebody who was coming down. He was coming down 500 years ago, and he took all the souls back home, back to Godhead in his leela, and now we are new fallen souls, but we are reading about him. Lord Chaitanya is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself, full of 6 opulences. And even though he is full powerful, he is full famous, unlimited, perfect famous, even to the atheists, even though he has unlimited strength, even though he is unlimited rich, even though he is unlimited beautiful, he can let go of everything, every moment. Like, sometimes people are attached in relationships and they cannot go out of the relationship because they are so attached. Not with Krishna. He can go every time out. He can let go every time. He's completely renounced. So there's no other truth greater than him. Next verse. I not read always the Sanskrit because it's taking too much time. May the Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendental situated in the innermost chambers of my heart. Resplendent with the radiance of molten gold, he has appeared in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation ever have offered before, the most elevated mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. Oh, my friends, this means that conjugal love is also existing in the spiritual world. Of course, everything what is existing in the material world, which is a reflection of the spiritual world, is also existing in the spiritual world. Therefore, also conjugal love means romance, means everything what we experience here, what is temporary, is existing there in its eternal form. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he was knowing that everybody is playing God more than in all other ages, because in Sattva Yuga, everyone is God conscious, and it's 4 million years. Then it's coming, Treta Yuga, 800,000 years and something. They are the demigods or the devotees, and the demons are on different planets. Then is coming Dwapara Yuga. Their demons and devotees are on the same planet. And now in Kali Yuga, demon and devotee is in the same heart. And we have also some real demons, but okay. So here he is, the Lord Supreme, and he's playing the Chana avatar. He is not visible as God because he's presenting himself as a servant, because now more than ever incarnations are manufactured. Everybody wants to play God, everybody wants to be in the center more than ever before. So he's teaching not to be in the center. He's coming in the mood of a servant of everyone. And he's teaching like a teacher. The teacher pretends he's saying in the in the class, 1, 2, 3. He's sometimes asking on what is coming after 3. Then somebody of the children says 4. So he's playing the innocent servant to teach humanity, to be an example of an exemplary devotee. And he has appeared in the age of Kali at the end. I mean, this is his final purpose, to offer what no other incarnation was offering before, to understand that God is a couple. Like you like to couple, everybody dreams in the Hollywood movies, in the Bollywood movies, in this movie, in that movie. Always there's man and woman, and they want to pair. So this idea is coming as we are made of the image of God from God. God, he is our original. So you can understand God if you understand yourself. Whatever is inside of yourself, it's perfect inside of the Lord. Only that the Lord don't have karma, the Lord don't have reaction. He can do whatever he wants. He don't get any kind of reaction. We get reaction, and also we are in the perverted reflection. And this brings some problems, and we will discuss these problems in future series, especially in my series of Genuine Lover. A lot of philosophy will be there, so therefore subscribe this channel. So I'm coming now to the next verse. The loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, Sri Krishna Caitanya, Radha Krishna Nahe Anga. You know, God, who is one, was separating himself in two. As Purusha, first he is Purusha and he is the most enjoyable. As Radharani, he is the most enjoyable, and as Krishna, he is the most enjoyable. The most, what can be enjoyed the most is together with what is most enjoyable. And so Radha and Krishna are not a mythological figure. They are the original, Radharani is the original Lakshmi, fortune, goddess of fortune, and Krishna is the Supreme Lord. They separated themselves eternally to enjoy their company. In the indescribable, ununderstandable time, they were separating in two. Now these two transcendental identities have again united in the form of Sri Krishna Caitanya. So now Lord Chaitanya, who want to taste his holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, hallowed be thy name. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is the Mahamantra, the great chant of deliverance. Of what he was coming to bring into this material world is the holy name. Jesus Christ only prepared the humans for that what will come in his holy name. Therefore, there's this hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, but it's coming. It's not coming into the material world, as we can see. It's always a world of duality. How the kingdom of God can come into this duality, day, night, war, peace, so much duality. So, but you have to come to this kingdom of God, and you have to change your heart, you have to transform yourself, and then you go back. I bow down to him who has manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani, all through he is Sri Krishna himself. So this Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a stature of 2 meters and something, 2.50 meters, or he had long arms, which was leading until his knees. I mean, this means that this part of the body was going over his, how you say, the wrist, over the wrist. So very long arms, and he had a golden complexion, and he had very big ears, lotus eyes, as eyes which was coming until here. So on one point of his leela, he was constantly chanting the holy name. First, he was playing the role of a child who's making all kinds of nonsense, like a child who's making the parents, something funny. But then later he was playing that he was accepting a spiritual master because he wanted that we all accept a spiritual master to get purified, to get free of all of the false ego. The esoteric point of accepting a spiritual master is that we at least accept one person who is above us, because this is the feature of the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, God is always in the center. As I say, here we are in the center. So the esoteric, mystical reason why we accept a spiritual master is that we get trained to become humble and that we receive spiritual knowledge. So he was accepting a spiritual master in his leela, in his play. And this spiritual master was saying, chant the holy name. And at that point, he was actually a teacher. And in a school, he was playing to be professor. And then he could only explain things with the holy name Krishna. Whatever he was teaching, he was connecting it with the name Krishna, and sometimes starting to faint, falling in ecstasy. And at one point he said, you know what, I cannot teach anymore. I see all knowledge is useless. All material knowledge is useless. And I'm really sorry to say this to you, but I will give up my role as a teacher. And then you, my disciples, you can think what you can do, what you want to do. You can come with me, or you can stay and find another teacher. I'm not anymore able to teach because I'm always somehow in ecstasy. I always feel somehow something is happening when I chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Because please chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you will see that it will never get boring. In the material world, if we hear a record of a music, in the beginning, it sounds, interesting for us, but then at one point we overhear it, not with spiritual sound vibration, Shabda Brahma. You hear it at the beginning, you think, but is this strange? But as long as you do it, it's more sweeter it gets. So in this way, he said to his disciples, I'm sorry, I cannot teach you anymore, because I'm always coming back to the holy name. My tongue from alone want to chant the holy name. So what is all this material knowledge? At the end, it's all a fata morgana. All this knowledge will lead you nowhere. The only thing what will lead you to something substantial, eternal, is spiritual knowledge, and it's the holy name. So why not, I'm thinking, why not just spend the rest of my life to only chant the holy name of God and nothing else? I'm anyway so crazy. I was becoming crazy. And then how his disciples was replying, they said, hey, Nimai, we feel the same. Since you was teaching us and explaining us everything with Krishna, whatever you was teaching us, he was always coming and explaining it with Krishna. In analogies, he was speaking about Krishna. And we was also becoming so attracted. And we, at the end, don't want to be anymore without you. We want to go with you wherever you want to go. We just want to follow you. We want to be your disciples eternally. We don't want to be separate from what you are doing. Whatever you do, we want to do the same. And that was the start of the Sri Sankirtan. Maha, big revolution. From then on, the Lord was traveling, huge form. Even when he was 200 or 500 meters away chanting the holy name, people was following him. He was going to villages. Just imagine a person comes through a village and just everybody leaves what he's doing or she's doing and just following this person because this person is so attractive. this golden huge form who's chanting the holy name. And even when people was 500 or 2 kilometers away from him, and he was in a kirtan party, which means he was singing the holy name, it was like the holy name was so close to you, like he was just 2 meters away from you. And people was only after difficulties, it was difficult to return to the village, but at one point I was thinking, I cannot now only walk behind this Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu, I have to go back to my daily routine. But then the routine was not anymore the same like before. They never could completely rehabilitate. I don't know if this is word. Coming back to your old life. The life was something different after they were seeing this person. Because this person was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Desiring to understand the glory of Srimati Radharani's love, the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love, and the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love. The Supreme Lord Hare, richly endowed with her emotions, appeared from the womb of Srimati Sachidevi as the moon appeared from the ocean. So the situation is that, as I say, in the undescribable time, the Lord was separating himself from himself as Radharani. And at one point in time, he was asking himself, how is this to love myself? Or I want to understand what this person, as this person, which is me also, feels. I mean, how she can be so much in ecstasy. I mean, I'm already in ecstasy, but I can see that she is more in ecstasy than me. And I want to experience this ecstasy of my beloved. I want to know what she relishes. I want to understand what is so special about me that all the living entities fall in love with me. I want to understand this. Why is everyone so much enchanted by me? Why is everybody so much in love with me? I want to understand this, especially Srimati Radharani, who is the most perfect lover. I want to understand this. And therefore, I will chant my own holy name to relish the ecstasy of prema, which is the highest transcendental love. Prema is the word for the highest transcendental love. Again, she alone relishes through her love, and the happiness she feels when she relishes the sweetness of this love, of his love, the Supreme Lord Hare. He was coming with her emotions. So he was coming and was forgetting everything. Everything, he was teaching how it is to forget everything mundane because of spiritual affection and ecstasy. Jaya Jaya Shri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda. Nityananda is, you know, Lord has also family. We have family, we are made of the image of God. So the Lord also has family, and his brother, which is also his second expansion, he is the servant God. As a God who serves himself. As the brother, Lord Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Mistakes, illusion, cheating, and defective perception do not occur in the sayings of the authoritative sages. A sincere student should not neglect the discussion of such conclusions, considering themselves controversial, for such discussions strengthen the mind. Thus, one mind becomes attracted to Shri Krishna. O learned people, sometimes accept the renounced order of life to introduce the fallen souls, the fallen people of the age of Kali, to accept devotional service to the Lord. So this is a prediction that the Lord accepts a leela. He is his body. He's always his body. We are different from his body, but he is his body. And what he said here is that whoever he's empowering, like the devotees, like also Jesus Christ or Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur, or the six Goswamis, whoever he's empowering, they are free of mistakes, illusions, cheating, defective perception. They are full realized sages. And sincere students should not neglect the discussion. So, if you start into spiritual life, if you get sincere, you show that you never neglect the spiritual life anymore. Because you have such a taste, you don't go back into the material life anymore, because you feel that when I discuss the spiritual life, it strengthens my mind. It gives me something what I never was tasting before in the material world. Everything what I was tasting before, all knowledge is dry, or you say a dry dusk. If you have grain, you understand, and you put the main thing out of the grain from which you make bread, it's empty. There's nothing anymore. If you get this higher taste, this paramdristvanya vatati, means higher taste, you cannot return anymore to the lower taste. But such discussions strengthen the mind. You always return to the nectar. You cannot forget this nectar, because this nectar is so strong. And thus the mind becomes attracted to Sri Allah, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Now he says that I shall accept the role of a devotee. I shall teach devotional service by practicing it myself. So therefore, if you read Caitanya Bhagavatam, Caitanya Chaitamrita, you get the philosophy. You understand why the Lord accepted the role of a devotee and how to be a devotee and how to become a devotee. So he shows it on the movie screen of the material world. So in everything in the material world is at the end lust, and everything in the spiritual world is love, pure love. Even the so-called love in the material world is at the end lust, because I want something from you and you want something from me, and so therefore it's not unmotivated. Of course, if you go with somebody back to Godhead, may it be your spiritual master, or may it even a life partner, it's possible that you purify your love relationship and you go back home together. That's possible. So, but here the next verse is read: lust and love have different characteristics, just as iron and gold have different natures. This silver cellophane paper sometimes to hold something fresh. There's this silver thing, the apple fresh, you understand, you put it, maybe you have a kid, a son or a daughter, and you give the son or daughter something to eat for the school. You put it in some paper, some silver paper. And then the apple gets protected. So this cellophane papier, or this, I don't know the English word, this silver, it has no worth. It's not like gold. In the same way, the enjoyment of the material world is like this, like this silver. It's not really the gold. It's a difference like iron and gold. The desire to gratify one's own senses is karma, lust, but the desire to please the senses of the Lord is called prema, love. Lord Krishna alone is the supreme controller and all others are his servants. Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arasava Britya. Lord Krishna alone is the supreme controller and all others are his servants. They dance as he makes them do so. So, and with this, I end this reading. I don't know when I will go like this one take video. I will make this again. I thank you very much that you was listening to this broadcast until this moment, and thank you for your association. I stay your JJ until the next time. May God bless you. Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.